Welcome to English language, grammar, usage, and vocabulary. Now, here we have a question regarding preposition sitting on a chair versus sitting in a chair. Which is correct? You sit on a chair or you sit in a chair. The difference between on and in reference to sitting on or in a chair. Now, if this question is asked in any test, then the examiner must be a stupid person. Only a stupid examiner will set such a question. Only a stupid person will ask you this question whether it is sit on a chair or sit in a chair. Why? We will see why this is a stupid question and what is the correct preposition sit on a chair or sit in a chair. Are both are correct or both are wrong? English language grammar, usage and vocabulary. Which is correct English? On a chair or in a chair? So what do we see? Sit on a chair, sit in a chair. In English, both are considered grammatically correct. That is the reason why we said that just asking a question, fill in the blanks with the correct preposition, sit dash a chair, on or in. This type of question, if you're asked, the examiner must be a stupid person because both are grammatically correct. However, the usage can differ slightly depending on context and the type of chair. So unless you are given an image or a context, without a context, without an image, it is not possible to say which would be the better preposition. So in absence of an image, or if you are not given the context, both are equally correct. So without any suggestive content or an illustrative image, so you don't have a context, you don't have an image, then you can't really say which is to be preferred because both are equally correct. So asking you to choose between in and on is meaningless. So it is meaningless. If you are just given a sentence, no image, no context, it's a meaningless question. Only if you are given an image or the context, then you can say sit on or in a chair. Otherwise, asking you to choose between in and on is a meaningless question. We shall discuss the finer nuances of the difference between sit on a chair and sit in a chair. The finer nuances, the finer differences, we will deal with that. But the adjoining image, see the image. If you can see the image, it's a very good visual clue to the choice between in and on. Sit on a chair and sit in a chair. If you can see the image is a visual clue. It almost gives you 99% of the difference between sit on a chair and sit in a chair. So although we will be discussing in detail the application of preposition on and the application of the preposition in, sit on a chair and sit in a chair, the finer differences, the nuances, but still this image, look at the image carefully, this will give you a very good idea, an excellent idea of the difference between sit on a chair and sit in a chair. Now here we have in a tabular form the difference between sitting on a chair and sitting in a chair. The girl is sitting on the chair and we have given examples of the types of chairs. You can sit on these chairs and the girl is sitting on the chair. You sit on a chair, which is more common and general. What we are referring to, that it is an ordinary chair with a flat surface, and the emphasis is that your body is in contact with the top surface of the seat of the chair. The body is in contact with the surface of the seat of the chair. And this is the way you sit, and these are the types of chairs. Then you say sit on a chair. Sit in a chair. Look at the man. and also the diagrams to the right. So, sit in a chair, although it is less common, it is used when a chair has enclosures or sides like armchairs, recliners, executive chairs. We want to stress that you are being safely or comfortably ensconced, surrounded or enclosed by the structure. Very comfortably, a question of comfort and luxury. And you are partly or fully surrounded by the chair. There is a sort of enclosure in which you are very comfortably settled. Then you say sit in a chair. And we have the types of chairs here. And for sit on a chair also we have given you the types of chairs. So not only the type of the chair, but also how you are settled. Are you settled uh, in a very comfortable, you are enjoying a moment of luxury, comfort, or normally when you are working, you are sitting on a chair. So luxury means in a chair, that type of chairs would have some sort of enclosure, whereas sit on a chair, ordinary flat chair, where you sit on the surface of the seat of the chair. So that's sit on a chair versus sit in a chair. Now we have given you examples. The girl is sitting on the chair, and two more types of chairs where you can sit on the chair. The man is sitting in the chair, and another example of a chair where you can sit in a chair. Sit on a chair. She sat on a chair near the window. Please sit on the chair and wait. The first row is reserved. You may sit on any other chair. Sit in a chair. He sat in an armchair by the fire. See the comfort and the luxury implied. She sat in a big leather recliner. Sit comfortably in this executive chair. The tired manager dozed off in his chair. So whenever there is some sense of comfort or luxury and a sort of enclosure, partly or fully, then you say in a chair. And when there is no such extra comfort or luxury implied, it is a flat surface chair, then you say sit on a chair. So she sat on a chair near the fire. The girl is sitting on the chair. Please sit on the chair and wait. The first row is reserved and you may sit on any other chair. But here he sat in an armchair by the fire. She sat in a big leather recliner. Sit comfortably in this executive chair. So let us summarize. Use on a chair for simple flat seated chairs like dining chairs. Use in a chair for enveloping furniture like armchairs and recliners. In casual speech, the difference is often ignored. Without any cue, that is the context or the image, both sit in chair and sit on chair, both are correct. You can say sit in a chair or sit on a chair. Both in and on are equally correct unless you are given the context or an image. Now that was a clarification of something which is often confused by students. Did you find the information useful? And by the way, when you are watching the video, were you sitting on a chair or in a chair? If you need an educational video on any topic, write to us because all our services are free of charge for students and learners all over the world. So we shall come back with more useful and informative videos. Till then, sit in a chair and relax or sit on a chair and work. Till then, thank you and goodbye.